Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this call tonight. For those of you that have tuned in, thank you so much. Know that I have invited you here because I respect you and that I care about you so much. This call is really just meant to be super easy and relaxed, and I really wanted you to see just what I'm up to. I've invited a couple of my friends to join this call and talk about what this healthy living revolution is all about. So I hope you enjoy. I'll hand it over to my girlfriends now.
Yay! Oh my gosh, it's like such an honor to be here. I feel like let me change. How do I change the spotlight so you guys can see me?
You're on.
Oh,
in the upper.
It shows
Yeah.
that still on mine. It shows Sammy still spotlighted.
Nope, you're on.
Okay, cool. Well, anyways, thanks guys. All the awesome things about being live on a call. Really we're just here to share some information, and maybe something will resonate with you, or maybe you'll think of somebody in your heart that could use to hear this information. So definitely as you listen, just listen with an open heart. When I first heard this information, it was just, my friends, my family, my mom really was what first came to mind. But anyway, so we're just going to start and talk about the importance of nutrition. And I'd like to kick this off by just asking a simple question, and that's, wouldn't you agree that it's pretty difficult to be healthy this day and age? It's rhetorical. I know that most of you guys are nodding your head, but it's challenging. Like, we all want to look good. We all want to feel good. We all want to live long lives. And it's actually our responsibility to do so. Like, we get one of these, just one, but it's kind of complicated. It's unpleasant. It's time consuming. There's just so much conflicting information out there. And that's where, Sammy and Kristen, who you'll meet later, and myself, Ariel, that's where we come in, and thousands of others actually around the world that are a part of this movement called the Healthy Living Revolution, which Sammy alluded to a little earlier. Basically, what we're doing is we're just helping people take back their health in ways that are simple, affordable, and pretty fun and easy. So the one thing that we all know, regardless of what school of camp you sit in, is that eating fruits and veggies is the foundation of good nutrition. I think that we can all agree that we should all be eating more fruits and veggies and berries. And we're actually, this was mind-blowing to me. So everyone hold up your fist. Even if you're watching in the recording, do it. I dare you, right? Hold up your fist and then look at it. That's a serving size. Right? And so I was like, okay, think about how many serving sizes that size you had today. 1 to 4. Like, some people come out and they're like, I had 4. And I'm like, I think you're lying. But, regardless, I've never, ever, ever had anyone tell me they do more than 5. And we're actually supposed to have 9 to 13 servings the size of your fist every day. But almost nobody does. Even myself, I was always a really healthy eater, and I'm not anywhere close. I'm kind of like 4.5. And regardless, even if you are, it's definitely not going to be in the variety that we need. And that's why we really love the nutritional support of Juice Plus. It's really just one simple change that takes your health to the next level. And if you've never heard of Juice Plus, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's all about. So Juice Plus is 30 different fruits and veggies in our capsules, and then an additional 15 in our awesome plant powders. So it all starts with farm fresh nutrition. So basically, when you go to the store and you buy a zucchini, it's likely traveled over a couple 100 miles, if not a couple 1,000 miles, to get to you. And in that time, it was losing a lot of its nutrients. And not only that, it was probably picked way too early, so it didn't have a chance to actually develop its full spectrum of micronutrients anyways. So what we do is we work with Juice Plus to solve this problem by going to these small, mid-size North American farms, wherever these fruits grow the best. So like oranges are down in Florida, raspberries wherever raspberries grow best, probably on the East Coast. And we let the produce actually vine ripen. And then from there, we pick it at its peak. And we have a proprietary process where we extract the sugar, the water, and the salt. And then basically what we are left with is a highly concentrated plant powder with all of the micronutrients, enzymes, and phytochemicals, phytoestrogens. Everything is intact. And so your body gets to receive it just like it would eating the actual fruit. Our shake mix, so just held up, comes in chocolate and vanilla. And it's actually really delicious. I feel like a lot of shake powders were made to go in smoothies, and so they I'm going to just swear. So they taste like shit. And like our shake powder, I don't know if it was created to be with water, but it tastes really good with just a shaker bottle and water. It's delicious. They're gluten-free, vegan, whole food protein. They have fiber, amino acids, there's fruits and veggies and superfoods in every single shake. They're also pumped with prebiotics, which was really, really eye-opening when I learned more about the difference between prebiotics and probiotics. They're great for a meal or a post-workout recovery or a snack. I actually use mine to replace my snacks to get me from breakfast to lunch and then from lunch to dinner. And here's a couple of things that I love. One, it's scientifically proven. It's actually the most researched nutritional product in the world. It has over, I think it's 39 now, but over 37 medical research studies done. And these are like double-blind placebo tests. It's not like some blogger on the internet who's like, this is my opinion on something. Like this is lab work that's done at large, I think like Yale, Stanford, Harvard, like these big facilities. This is a huge one. It's not a vitamin. And people have a hard time because they're like, oh, well, it's a capsule, right? It comes in a capsule. But it's actually food. It's food encapsulated. It's plants encapsulated. And so the reason we can kind of tell the difference is I'll show you here. It says nutrition facts. If you were to get a multivitamin, it would say supplement facts. And that's because it's pieces and parts and a lot of it's synthetically derived. Nutrition facts. This is the same label you would see if you bought a bag of frozen broccoli at the grocery store. And that's because nutrition facts is for food products. So even though it's encapsulated, it's food. The government considers it food. Your body receives it as food, which is a huge difference than how your body receives supplements and vitamins. And the reason we can, another way we can see this difference is there's no warning label. And the reason is because it's safe for all people, all ages, pregnant and nursing mothers. In fact, you should double dose if you're pregnant. You're growing a human. You need more veggies than regular people. Elderly, professional athletes. Our gummies come in a pouch that has a Ziploc. It doesn't need a lock lid because you can't overdose on it. It's food. All that's going to happen is your digestion is going to work a little bit better that day, right? So the last pieces of the puzzle is, we have these awesome omega blend. It's vegan. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Basically, we skipped the fish and went straight to the source where the fish gets their omegas. So no fishy aftertaste. We have an awesome set of bars and our tower garden, which is an indoor grow tower. I just got mine. I just actually made my first salad from my grow tower. It's 3 foot by 3 foot. I chopped off some lettuce and made a salad, and it was in my living room. And I live in Colorado and it's winter, so I'll just throw that out there. And lastly, we do a 10-day jumpstart program called the Shred 10. And the Shred 10 it's a game changer. If you want to learn more about that, definitely reach out to Sammy, or you can go to shred10.com. There's lots of info there. If you were to combine our 3 blends of capsules and our shake powder, you would be ingesting 45 different plants every single day. 45 different plants. So just imagine what your health would be like after 3 months, a year, 10 years. We could talk about all of this all day, and honestly, if you get around us, we kind of do, but I think that the information is great, the science is great, but also hearing how this has impacted our lives is really powerful. So since I've been talking for a little bit, I think we can come back to my story, and you guys all came here to listen to Sammy, so I'm going to unmute her so she can share her story with you. She's been taking it just about almost 4 months now. So you're good, you're unmuted.
Thank you. So I've been taking Juice Plus for about 4 months, and I have to tell you that when Ariel first approached me with this, I really wasn't interested. I have been a competitive athlete my entire life where nutrition is very, very important to me, and I was so focused on what I was taking out of my diet, dairy, gluten, caffeine, alcohol, that I never really stopped to think about what I was missing. And I dislocated my hip a year and a half ago. And afterwards, my hip has never been the same. I heard from doctors that I have arthritis. Sorry, walk with trekking poles your whole life. Like your skiing days are over. Your rock climbing days are over. And sorry, I get emotional when I talk about this, but I sit at a desk job for a lot of my day. And sitting even was something that was super, super painful for me. all the time. And I can honestly say that after taking Juice Plus for just 2 months, completely changed my life. Like, I know that sitting doesn't seem like a lot to most of you, but it was a big deal for me. And after sitting came energy. I just thought that because I was working all day, I was supposed to be tired. Not true. So coupled with energy I had, that my hip was not in as much pain anymore. So then I could go work out. My body started feeling better and changing. I recently doubled down on pills to avoid everybody else getting sick around me. And I ran out of Juice Plus and I'm waiting for my next shipment. And I can't wait because I notice how much more tired I feel when I'm not on the product. But really, like, I can honestly say I will be on this for the rest of my life. It really was the difference nobody told me was possible. So give that back to you, Ariel.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that this stuff was powerful, and then, but like I had a hard time hearing it too. I thought I was really healthy, and I had a lot of resistance too. But the day Sammy called me and told me, like, she was, just like now, it's like she was in tears, and she was like, "You don't understand. I wake up every single day with pain, and I don't have pain anymore." Sammy's one of my best friends. For those of you guys that know who I am, she's so special to me, and I broke down too. It was just like, it's so hard when one of your best friends calls you and tells you like that they aren't going to be able to do the things they love for the rest of their life, and you're just like, we're 27, like we're not old. Anyways, that's her story to tell, but my story it's a little bit different. It's hard to keep it in short, but there's been a few pieces of it. I'll start by just sharing with you guys the outward one because it's so obvious. You can just see. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see this? Can you see? Shake your head. Okay. So this was a 4-month transformation, or about August, September, October. Yeah, 4 months transformation, maybe 3 months. I had been dealing with hormonal acne for quite a few years. I went off birth control because I was like done putting hormones into my body. And then I got this backlash of really horrible acne. And I tried everything. Like, I went to a naturopath and did all these food sensitivity tests and took all their crazy supplements, and nothing worked. Nothing worked at all. And so a friend had told me about Juice Plus. She'd been telling me about Juice Plus for 8 months. And I was just in my head being like, I don't want to take your weird juice pills. I never told her that until later, until I said yes. But I got to a point where I was like, okay, what do I have to lose? This is how I started. I was like, what do I have to lose? It's a 4-month commitment. I'll just, if it doesn't work, then whatever. It was one more thing that I tried. And I'm so glad that I tried it because it was, it was massive. It was super transformational. And what you can't see, is some of the stuff that was happening internally. Your skin is a direct reflection of your organ health, and I was having some inflammation issues, which have now since I haven't had anything pop up since then. And the number one thing, which you really can't tell from that photo, is, I was one of those girls who I was a normal. I mean, I got sad, but I was like a normal story. Like, I didn't have a healthy relationship with food. In college, I just, I was about 100 pounds, which is about 25 pounds less than I am now. And I tried to get healthy after that, and then I would just yo-yo like crazy. I'd gain a little bit of weight and freak out and then starve myself again, and then up and down and up and down. And it's been a long journey. A few years of that, I decided like, okay, I'm going to eat enough food, and I had to gain a lot of weight to heal my metabolism. And I don't exactly know how to explain it, but this is the first time since college that I feel like I just trust my body, and I just trust that I'm giving my body the nutrients that it needs. And I don't think about it. Like, I eat healthy food, and I just eat food. I don't think about how many calories are in it, or, it's like that internal system that knew how many calories were in everything is just kind of shut down, and it's not working anymore. So, that's been really, really, really powerful. And then you haven't got a chance to meet Kristen yet, but she's going to share a little bit more about what we do after this. So I'm going to hand it over to her to share her story and then tell you a little bit more about what we actually do.
Whoa, what an amazing, amazing stories, you guys. I'm tearing up over here, and I'm excited to share a little bit more of mine. But I want to transition into the business for a second and talk about the company behind Juice Plus, because as you can see, our main mission really is to bring freedom through improved health. And so I think it's really important to know that about 80% of Juice Plus is actually purchased by the customer, by the consumer. So we're not somebody who's just signing up a bunch of reps for people to get cheap product. It doesn't work like that. This business is not for everyone. It's a very unique product that has an incredibly beautiful business woven together as well. And so, this, like I said, this might not be for everybody, but there are those people who are looking for something different. And that was me. Like I said before, or Ariel saying before, we're not trying to get you to buy or do anything, but just having you be here to show your support really is enough. So we just simply want to share with you why we love this business and what it's done for us. And perhaps you'll think of someone, even if it's just one person, that you can put in contact with Sammy, because this is a worldwide freedom revolution. And so I'm going to use some notes here, because I want to cover some bulleted things to make sure to cover all the bases. So first question out of 3 is, 1, how does it work? Well, we are a virtual franchise. So believe it or not, each of us own our own business for essentially $1 a week. We pay $50 annually to own our own business. And we have an online office, and a personal website. So we can work from anywhere and any device at any time. And we are true testaments of that. The company actually not only manufactures the products, but they deliver it, they bill and collect, and then they pay us direct deposit each month. So, we just spread by word of mouth and receive our paycheck. The company does the rest. And there's no inventory to keep. We don't have closets or garages full of Juice Plus hanging out. The only Juice Plus that we touch is our own. All commission levels are permanent. Forever. There are no monthly quotas or minimums, which really takes the stress off of things. And people can share as little or as much as they want and just go at their own individual pace. So there were actually in 26 different countries around the world. So there are no territorial restrictions, which is incredible. Second question is, what's so great about the Juice Plus company? Well, believe it or not, we were actually founded almost 50 years ago, and the original president is still at the helm today. We are privately held and debt-free. So we're over $12 billion in sales and on track to be $1 billion a year by 2020. And the reason is because of what Ariel was sharing. People are realizing they're not getting 9 to 13 servings the size of their fist every day. Multivitamins don't have research. This is something that is proven and changing people's lives. So people are getting into this, seeing how it's not improving their health on a cellular level, but allowing them the time freedom and financial freedom. So at the top position, we're actually eligible for a benefits package, which includes medical, dental, disability, life, long-term care, chiropractic, prescription, college tuition assistance, a holiday bonus, and a monthly expense allowance. And so this can be a short-term cash flow thing or a long-term wealth-building retirement strategy. And the third and final question is, what has the Juice Plus company done to make a difference? And the first thing is, that I love, is the Children's Health Study. We give free Juice Plus to children who have adult sponsors, and we've reached over 1 million children. And the studies, the reports are just so beautiful and heartwarming. We are the title sponsor for the St. Jude's Marathon, raised $10 million for the 2016 marathon, and just helping the children there who don't have health insurance. We are heavily involved in the Boys and Girls Club and have created a technical institute to teach students marketable trades, and 100% of graduates have been placed in jobs. That's pretty unheard of. In addition to that, the Tower Garden that Ariel was talking about, I have one that it's a 3 by 3 foot space. Mine has 20 plants in it. I've seen them go up to 110 plants, but we have a grant to put one in every single Boys and Girls Club to teach and to have curriculum for the kids, which is wonderful. And we're donating 10 million complete meals to the Volunteers of America, which is $20 million worth of food. So not only does the Juice Plus company really inspire healthy living around the world, but the philanthropic heart, they inspired me to be such a more, give so much more. And so I'm just going to share a little bit of my story. You heard some health stories here. And so this actually came into my life 3 years ago. I was somebody else, another mountain athlete who really didn't know if this would help, but I was having some problems with joints, inflammation in my body. And when I saw the study, I thought, I'll try it out. And long story short, I was someone also dealing with some eating disorders, some anxiety and depression. Not only did, my energy pick up and my muscle recovery get better, but we're not a weight loss program. But that yo-yo thing I was dealing with within 5 months, I lost 25 pounds, and I was shocked because it wasn't because I was exercising anymore. It was just because I was flooding my body with fruits and vegetables and removing a toxic load and allowing my body to have optimal health. So that's when I was working at a sports medicine clinic at the time, and I really caught a vision of what this was. And I thought, I'm doing a disservice by not sharing this with people, because what if someone could have an opportunity like me? What if someone could get off their blood pressure medication like my dad? What if someone could have a healthy pregnancy? Because my friend had 4 miscarriages, and after using Juice Plus, I can't make claims, but in 30 days she was healthy and now has 3 children. I mean, it's story after story like this, guys, and it's just fruits and vegetables. That's it. And so really 2 years ago is when I got serious about the business. And in a 6-month window, January to June, our team was able to help enough people get fruits and vegetables in their body that I was able to hire another therapist to take care of my clients while I went on a 2-month road trip. Traveled East Coast to West Coast, went down to Mexico to go surfing, up into Canada to go rock climbing. And the whole time I was working from my phone. And it just being able to see I can do this anywhere that I go. And so I got back from that summer going, oh my gosh, I'm engaged to a teacher. I was like, I want to be able to live this sort of life together and pick up when I want and travel. So this past March, I was actually able to go full time. This summer, I was in Europe for a month. We have some international business going now. And today, here we are, 2 years later, January, we are hitting the top position of the company. I cannot wait for that benefits package.
Oh, man, I love hearing. I just really love to hear everybody's stories. It's so awesome. My business story, it's similar and different. We're all leading our own lives. I was a full-time yoga teacher. It's still weird for me to say was, because that has been my life for 3 years. I've been teaching yoga full-time, and I love it. It's so rewarding. But to be honest, you have to teach a lot of yoga classes to do it full-time. And I was making pretty good money for like a yoga teacher salary. But at the same time, if I wanted to go anywhere, I had to get a sub. And I'd have to get 10 classes subbed if I went away for a week. So Kristen said she went away for 2 months. I'm like, oh my God. I just think I'm 80 classes subbed. And when I'm not working, I'm not getting paid. So it wasn't really giving me the freedom that I had, loved before I really dove into that career head first. And so I just feel so privileged that I get to do something that is meaningful and still makes a really powerful contribution in the world, but gives me more freedom. So I've actually been in the business little less than about 5 months, a little less, 5 months or so. And I like to look at Kristen and be like, is that right? And, everybody's story is different, but I've basically gotten rid of every single group class that I taught except for my 2 favorite ones. And now I just teach them because I love to teach yoga. I don't actually have to teach them financially. In 5 months, I've been able to totally transform my life. And, like I said, my story is unique. Everyone's unique. It's not to say everyone could make that. Well, I think everyone could make that happen in 5 months, not to say everyone will, but it's really amazing to sit here now and see that the future is really bright and there's some really exciting things on the horizon. And they wouldn't be if I wouldn't have opened myself up to this opportunity, which honestly, when I decided to be a representative, it was because I wanted my product for free. Because when you get something that clears your acne after having acne for 4 years, you're like Sammy said, I'm taking this for the rest of my life. And my intention was okay, how do I share this enough to get my product for free? And I learned a little bit more, and I felt the mission in my heart. And once it was there was a fire that could not be put out. And I think our stories are interesting, but you did come here to listen to Sammy, and she's so new to this journey, but as far as the business side, but I know she wanted to share what she's most excited about. So I'm going to unmute her.
Yeah, thanks. So for most of you guys that know me, you know that I am truly, truly happiest when I'm helping other people. I love teaching yoga. Yoga is so much of my life, teaching people how to connect with their bodies, connect with their minds. And when I was introduced to Juice Plus, I really realized how cool this was to tack on to what I already do, giving people their health back, giving them the tools that they need to feel good again. You don't even realize how many people I talk to that say, I didn't even know how bad I felt until I started taking this and I felt good. And to be able to hear that message time after time is so rewarding for me, and I'm so excited to continue.
It's as you can tell, because this call is they always end up longer than we intend, because it's hard not to get so excited about it. But I'll kind of wrap us up and conclude us here by one, just thanking you again, whether you're here live or you're watching this recorded. There's 2 people that we're looking to network with. So if you know, one, people who are ready to invest in their health and just make life a little bit easier by adding Juice Plus. And it's only, a couple bucks a day. Kids get it for free. We found it to be a really simple and affordable and convenient way to get massive amounts of nutrients into your body. Or 2, anyone that you think might want to partner with Sammy in this worldwide freedom revolution. And, ultimately our vision here is just to create stable, sustainable income for people to expand their options, whether that's while traveling or while spending time with family or making a contribution in the world. We love helping moms have the freedom to choose mom care instead of health care. We love helping college kids build a career without having to take time away from their studies. We love helping empty nesters create a retirement account. We just love helping people build their own dream instead of building somebody else's. And, although you're here just to support Sammy, in this moment, if you could, even if you're watching on the recording, I know I'm like one of those people that's like, and do this, but but if you could, close your eyes and just feel in your heart and just think, is there anybody in your life that friends, family, coworkers, that you think would benefit from hearing this information? That you think, might be dissatisfied and looking for a solution, or, is there anyone in your circles that could be perfect for this? And as skeptical as I was, because I was skeptical, I'm so grateful that my friend cared about me enough to keep telling me about Juice Plus for almost a year, because it's changed my life. And the best part of it is I get to work with people like Kristen and Sammy, and I just can't think of anyone better to put in touch with your friends and family. So after this call, you're more than welcome to connect with her about it. Kristen and I are arm's length away if you have any questions for us. Honestly, Sammy, congrats. I'm so excited for you. You're crushing it. Do you have anything you'd like to add before we close out?
No, I think that was everything. I just want you to know I love you guys. Come talk to me. Even if you're not interested in Juice Plus, let's talk about plant nutrition. And, there are always ways that you can be healthy in your lifestyle. I'm just here to support you. There are a lot of different options for us to talk about. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Good night.